So I was going to talk about another supernatural creature, but then I found this amazing ancient ritual. It's called Ushi no toki mairi and it's used to curse people. And today I'm going to tell you all about it. But firstly, hi, my name is Maria Pawlicka and I'm here to tell you all about myths, lores, urban legends and black magic, at least today. So if this sounds interesting, subscribe. But enough with that, let's dive in. As I said, this ritual, Ushi no toki mairi, is used to curse people. And now let's see how it works. This ritual name means Ox Hour Shrine Visit. And what time is Ox time? Well, it's between 1 and 3 a.m. And why is that? It's because of Chinese tradition. You see, in China, they divided the period of night and day into 12 double hours. And the names of these double hours correspond with 12 signs of Chinese zodiac. They also have similar symbolic, motive, and astrological significance. An ox is a big animal and it's also powerful and really strong, so the magic performed at ox hour should also be powerful and strong, I guess. But for this particular ritual, the proper witching hour should be Ushi no Mitsudoki, which is between 2 and 2:30 a.m. So now let's see how to perform this ritual. Firstly, you have to make a straw doll. And it would be perfect if you had anything of your victim, for example, a nail, a hair, a little bit of blood, or something like that. But if you don't have anything like that, don't worry, just write their name on a piece of paper and then put it inside your doll. Before you go to the shrine, you have to dress all in white and then also paint your face white in order to look like a supernatural being. You should put on some high wooden clogs, but if you can't walk in them, just go barefoot. Next, find a small mirror and then hang it on your chest, and the reflecting side should be facing out. Then the most iconic part, you have to crown yourself with an iron ring, and on this ring there should be 3 candles upright and these candles should be burning. Don't forget to hide a small sword in your clothes. You may have to kill anyone that sees you. Am I joking? Not really, because you can't be seen during this ritual. So if you are not 100% sure that you are alone, just don't start the ritual and abort the mission. Finally, take a wooden comb or a razor and put it in your mouth. You don't have to do it right away, but once you enter a shrine, you can't utter a word, so those things should stop you from speaking. Then go to the shrine, and it has to be Shinto shrine. There you will find a tree, sacred tree Shinboku. Go to the tree and put your doll on it, then take your hammer and hammer nails into it. And don't ask me how many nails, because I don't know, there is no strict rule, and it probably depends on how much you hate this person. If you want to kill this person, which is not nice, and don't do that, you have to repeat this ritual for 7 nights. Some sources say that you have to put 1 nail every night, and on the final night, the 7th, you should put the nail through the doll's head. And you probably wonder what happens next, so let me tell you. Some say that the cursed person would get sick and die, and others that the person would feel pain in the places where the nails were hammered. But there's also the eerie theory that says that this ritual summons a vengeful spirit, and this vengeful spirit is tormenting the victim until they die. If you decide to perform this ritual, be careful, because if someone sees you while performing this ritual, the spell would turn against you, and in order to avoid that, you'll have to kill the witness. Also, the best shrine to perform this ritual is Kifune Shrine in Kyoto. Disclaimer: the explanation of this ritual is for educational purposes only. I take no responsibility for the results of this ritual or any accidents that may happen to the caster. But hey, you wouldn't curse anyone, would you? I hope not. Now let's talk a little bit about the history of this spell. And at the beginning, the term Ushi no toki mairi referred to worshipping at the shrine during the hour of ox. If you have a wish, you should go to the Kifune Shrine in Kyoto and pray there during the ox hour of the ox day, of the ox month, of the ox year. And the wish should be granted because on this day the deity descends on the shrine. It was rare occurrence because the ox hour, we know where it is, but the ox day, ox month, ox year, let me check. So according to Chinese zodiac website, the ox month should be between 3rd January and 6th February. But Wikipedia says that this month starts at December 22nd and ends at January 21st. So to be safe, we should assume that it's between January 3rd and January 21st. We have to take into consideration that the Chinese calendar is lunar, so it may vary from year to year. The next ox year would be in 2033, and the ox day, it's more complicated. I looked it up, and it seems that you have to check out every day, because I found some website with Chinese calendar, and when I clicked on the day, there was an information which day it is. For example, it's rabbit day or something like that, and the next ox day should be on August 17th. Anyway, when the year of the ox comes, you should keep an eye on the calendar. Let's go back to the ritual. And as I told you at the beginning, the ox hour was associated with granting wishes. But then this crazy chick did some messed up stuff, and this hour was forever associated with curses. So there was the girl Hashihime, and the Hime part in her name suggests that she is a princess, but she doesn't have to be. Anyway, she was the daughter of a nobleman, and she was jealous of her love rival. So she made a wish to become Oni. I talk a little bit about Oni in my video about Shinigami, so go check it out. Basically, they are very unpleasant supernatural creatures, mean, super strong, and also angry and violent. Back to the story. You probably wonder why this girl wanted to become a monster. Well, she did that in order to destroy her competition. So she went and she performed this ritual, and she was given a revelation. So the resident deity told her that she has to bathe in the rapids of the Uji River for 37 days. As you guessed, she did just that, and then she turned into Oni and she killed her love rival. Like, girl, there's a lot of men, so chill out, but okay. But she didn't stop after she killed this love rival. She then killed this man's family and a bunch of other people. She lived longer than normal humans, and she was preying on samurais until one of them cut her arm. The warrior kept this arm until the Oni girl came to take it back, and then she was somehow contained by Abe no Seimei, and this Abe no Seimei guy is sometimes considered Japanese Merlin, but I think he's more like Van Helsing. The transformation of Hashihime is kinda interesting, so let me tell you about it. In some accounts, Hashihime went to a secluded place to transform into this Oni. She braided her hair into horns, and then she painted her face red and her body vermilion. I don't know what's the difference. Okay. She put an iron tripod with burning branches on her head, and in her mouth she had another burning branch. So it looks like this act of turning into demon somehow got mixed up with the ritual that granted these shape-shifting powers. Apparently Hashihime wasn't really shy with her wish. She was screaming it while she was running down the street, and according to the rules, the spell should turn against her. The legend of Hashihime was turned into play by Zeami, and this Zeami guy was really famous. He was a script writer and actor from 14th century. The play is titled The Iron Crown, and in this play, Hashihime went to the oracle, and the oracle told her to paint her face red and to wear scarlet clothes. She doesn't use a straw doll or a hammer, but in this play she's also stopped by our demon slaying Abe no Seimei. Abe created 2 life-size straw dolls of the man and his wife. Then he put their names inside the dolls, and he used these dolls in order to banish Hashihime. I read that because of this play, the dolls became a part of Ushi no mairi ritual. But I'm not so sure. Why? Because no one really knows how old the ritual is. Some sources trace it back to the Kofun period, and the Kofun period was between 250 and 538. So long time ago. In Nara National Research Institute of Cultural Properties, there is a relic from 8th century. It's a doll made of bound of wooden strips, and this doll has an iron nail shoved through its chest. And it's interesting because this was the time when iron was just introduced to Japan. 8th century? It's way before the army. And I didn't want to deceive you, so I went to this institute website and actually I found this doll. So you can see it now on your screen. That's not all. In Dateho in Shimane Prefecture, archaeologists found a wooden plaque with a portrait of a lady, and through this portrait were driven wooden nails. But this one I couldn't find. It's also known that Onmyoji in Heian period used dolls to cast curses, and Heian period was before the army, so it seems that dolls are way older. But the common method of performing this ritual developed during Edo period, so about 300 years after the army. The description of this ritual went kinda like the one that I gave you at the beginning. Sometimes there was a requirement that the nails should be 5 inches long. Also, it was said that if the ritual was performed correctly, on 7th night the black ox would appear near the spellcaster. The spellcaster should stride or straddle over the animal, and if it wasn't done, the spell would fail. Also, if the spellcaster shows a fear when the ox appears, the spell would fail. And the fun fact, I almost forgot to tell you, this crown with candles was actually a tripod used for cooking, and the spellcaster had to turn it upside down in order to place candles in it. In Japanese law studies, attempts to commit murder through Ushi no toki mairi ritual are often an example of impossibility defense case crime. So this impossibility defense is used when the defendant is accused of criminal attempt that failed only because the crime was impossible to commit. For example, this defense can be used when you try to shoot someone and you shot through the window, but you missed because the person wasn't there. But you didn't know that the person wasn't there. So the crime was impossible to commit, but you didn't know that, and you actually tried to commit this crime. There was this case, Lee Kong versus People, where Lee Kong was accused of attempt murder. He tried to shoot a guy through the roof, and the guy actually moved, so Lee Kong didn't shoot him, but he tried to commit this crime, so he was found guilty of attempted murder. There's also legal impossibility, and this one is actually funny because, for example, if you try to smuggle eggs to Germany from France, for example, because you believe that in Germany eggs are illegal and you are committing the act of smuggling, you are committing crime of smuggling, of course, but you can't legally commit a crime because eggs aren't illegal, but your intent was illegal. Black magic and law. Crazy, right? But it gets even crazier because you can actually be prosecuted for performing this ritual. What's even weirder, it's actually similar level of weirdness. When I was doing research about this ritual, I found an online cursing service. And you can order a curse, a voodoo curse, and you can tell them to cast it on someone. And I wonder how it works. Anyway, at the end of the video, I usually tell you what to do and how to defend yourself from the thing we were talking about. But today it's hard. What can I tell you? Well, don't date people with crazy exes. Don't trust people who paint themselves red with no good reason. Maybe hide near the Shinto temple and interrupt every Ushi no toki mairi ritual? I don't know. If I find a way, I will let you know. But for now, it's all for today. Thank you for joining me here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And don't go and curse people. Have a nice day. Bye.